Amanda Chavez Newsdayy presentation. 2% of all sexual assault allegations made are later proven to be false. So out of the whole spectrum, 100% of sexual allegations made are later reported to be false. Sexual assault and sexual harassment and abuse is something that happens to both men and women, and it's something that happens every day all over the world. It's not something that just is mainly focused on in the United States. It's something that happens throughout the world. And going to the first article that was published by the Huffington Post, and the title of the article being "The Next Chapter for the Me Too is Here." Tara Burke says, "We all play a part." And in that article, it discusses the Me Too movement that first went viral around 3 years ago. The movement was created by Tara Burke in 2006. The Me Too movement raises awareness for those who have been sexually abused. And in the article, she just discusses ways to improve the outcome of assault victims not being believed. And going to the second article that was published by the Forbes website, and the title of the article being "The Dark Side of the Me Too Movement: What Happens When Men Are Falsely Accused." And in the article, it starts off by Karlen Borisenko. She is a girl that was sexually assaulted, and when she finally got the courage to publicly announce her sexual assault story online through social media, specifically Twitter, her post received a lot of backlash from men responding to how they were falsely accused of sexual abuse. And going back to the first article that was published by the Huffington Post, so the mistake made on the Me Too movement is how much judgment is placed on victims who do speak up. Victims are criticized for they're just criticized for just the severity of how long they wait to speak up, and for most oftentimes victims are not believed for speaking up, depending on how long they wait until they speak up after the initial abuse happened. The people who uphold this opinion are activists, women who support victims, and especially Tara Burke. She is the creator of the Me Too movement. And going into how they ration their opinion, holding the opinion for making less judgment, they want to focus on making less judgment on those who do speak up, and as well as those who do speak up on their sexual abuse stories. They also want to switch the movement to being more caring to activists and not labeling activists on how they fight for the cause. And then going to the second article that was published by the Forbes website, men are being falsely accused of sexual abuse daily. It's something that happens again throughout the world. Men who are being falsely accused face multiple challenges, and that includes financially, publicly being embarrassed, and as well as having an impact on those who are being accused. It has an impact on their home and family life. And those who uphold the opinion are men who are being falsely accused, friends of those men, family members, their supporters, and those who do not believe in the Me Too movement. They rationalize their opinion by, although false allegations are rare, it doesn't mean it's something to be ignored. It should be more spoken about, and it is an issue that needs to be minimized. And then going into my opinion, I kind of correlate and believe both articles to an extent, I guess you can say. Speaking of sexual abuse is a very sensitive subject to discuss. Those who speak up should be believed. To an extent, as again I said, those being accused should not be retaliated against until proven by court or law enforcement. as well as my rationale for supporting this opinion is survivors who make false allegations should be retaliated against. It's not fair for men or women who are being falsely accused of something. They should not receive punishment or have to go through challenges just because someone wanted to lie about something. And my rationale for rejecting the alternative, in a sense, I did support both articles. Men who are being falsely accused should not have to go through the challenges, and I believe that the accusers who make these false accusations should face retaliation. And I believe that whether it may be men or women who speak up of sexual abuse should always be supported and treated kindly. It is a hard subject to discuss on, and I believe those who are falsely accused should not have to face those challenges, and that those who do falsely accuse others should face major retaliation. And that was my speech. Thank you for listening.